Welcome to Bapu's Scientific Astrology. A lunar eclipse is to happen on the 5th June 2020 lunar eclipse. The eclipse is a penumbral lunar eclipse. It is going to happen around Indian Standard Time 11:15 a.m. of 5th and will last up to 2:34 a.m. on 6th of June. This is going to happen at the zodiac of Scorpio 21 degrees, the star Jyeshta. In Tamil it is Kettai Nakshatram. Earth blocks the sunlight to the moon in a partial fashion and a penumbral eclipse will happen, and it will be at a maximum at Indian Standard Time 12:54 a.m. on June 6th. The lunar eclipse occurs in the Virchiga Rasi Kettai Nakshatram, Scorpio zodiac, Jyeshta star. Considering the universal time coordinates, it will happen in 1745 to 2130 and it will be at a maximum around 21:04. It is universal time coordinates. In Indian time, it happens the lunar eclipse will begin at 11:15 p.m. Indian Standard Time on June 5th and will be at its maximum at 12:54 a.m. on June 6th. The penumbral eclipse will get over at 2:34 a.m. on June 6th. And coming to visibility, and we can see the eclipse from much of Europe, Asia, Africa, South America, Pacific, Atlantic and Indian Ocean, and in parts of India also, and most parts of India. And it is visible in Johannesburg, Myanmar, Lagos, New Delhi, Bangkok, Cairo, Sydney, Indonesia, Hungary, Russia, Turkey, Australia, Greece, Rome, Japan, China, Spain, Belgium, UK, etc. So, this is an important event. And I am going to treat this eclipse in an astrological perspective and taking the Vedic astrology into consideration. This eclipse, like all other eclipses, will produce a profound psychological effect. The pull of sun and moon adds to the tides of water in the oceans, and it has a great disturbance over the tides in the ocean. Animals behave differently during lunar eclipse period. This has been proved by a study from the University of Pennsylvania Department of Anthropology in 2010, and this experiment they have conducted using owl monkeys. And moon's gravity pulls ocean, that is the entire water body. In such a case, you consider the effects of moon on the human body, which is made out of 70% of water. And the human body consisting of 70% of water with its fluid, the blood, the moon has a great influence over the physiology and the mental stability. Skanda Purana advocates of avoiding food during this lunar eclipse, and it even considers that the serving of food during eclipse period is not advisable. This 5th June 2020 lunar eclipse is around, it will be lasting for around 3 hours 18 minutes. And during this period, Sun and Venus are opposite to the eclipse, that is opposite to the zodiac Scorpio. Venus is already in combust position and in retrograde, so there will be a great disturbance in finance. And Jupiter Saturn conjunction is also there, and Mercury is with Rahu. Everyone, please stay indoors, as every eclipse alters the path of solar and electrical field. It will have a great impact upon the life forms in the earth. So, it is advised for pregnant ladies not to venture out during the time of eclipse and to avoid at least 6 hours before and after the eclipse period. Avoid eating, and it will be better if you stop cooking for the day of eclipse, and you shall take your food the previous day and start cooking after the eclipse is over and performing the customs and rituals whatever preached by our ancient rishis. And mostly solar eclipse occurs after 15 days of a lunar eclipse. And considering the lunar eclipse, it will have a effect, a instant effect on the mind, body and soul of all human beings and also the earthly materials. So, it is better advised for the natives of the earth not to venture out at the time of eclipse and try against the natural advice of the rishis. And mostly the effects of the lunar eclipse will be instant, and whatever it will give its effects immediately. And it is advised for persons of the natives Scorpio to be very careful, because they might be thinking in a negative situation. And for Aries, unexpected transformations shall happen. Considering the Taurus, Venus is in opposite position to the eclipse and is the 7th house. So, marriage related problems may occur and relationship misunderstandings shall occur. Considering Gemini, it happens, the lunar eclipse happens in the 6th house, which is a house of health, and so take care of health. For Cancer natives, the eclipse is in the 5th house. So if you are young and if you are pregnant, be careful to care for your child, because moon is your lord of the house. And taking Leo into consideration, for the Leo natives, this lunar eclipse happens in the 4th house. It is a house of happiness, and your happiness may be below the mark, so it may put you in a sad position. Make yourself cheerful. For Virgo, it is in the 3rd house. The lunar eclipse is in the 3rd house. Do not work out any new ideas. Feel free for the day and leave the day free and chant or meditate. For Libra, this happens in the 2nd house of finance and family. So be careful, watch the expenses. Scorpio natives, be careful, because the lunar eclipse happens in your zodiac. So it may make a mental disturbance and make you think to reconsider the total lifestyle or the whatever the position you are in, and it will make a negative impact on your life. And taking the Sagittarius, it is in the 12th house. So it is a house of worries for you. So spend the day in devotion, dedicating yourself to God. For Capricorn, the lunar eclipse happens in the 11th house of earning, finance. So control your spendings for the day and do not think about any new project, new finance aspects, or do not involve into any financial matters on the particular day. For Aquarius, the lunar eclipse is happening in the 10th house on 5th June 2020. It is a house of career. So be careful, do not make a wrong decision and spoil your career. Think good, be positive. For Pisces, it is in the ninth house. The lunar eclipse is in the ninth house. So, control your tongue, do not overspeak, and adhere and be obedient to the elders and for your gurus. And taking this lunar eclipse, it will have a mild effect on the natives of the earth. And considering the present corona and prevailing the corona situation, it will give you a mild boost to the situation. So we must be careful and stay safe and stay away from corona infected patients, as well as we must maintain a social distance and follow strictly the rules which are mentioned by the local governments and the law which enforces to prevent us from the corona widespread. So we must save ourselves from the pandemic by helping ourselves, thus by helping the world. Like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell button for future videos